Your body is basically this incredible, bustling city with trillions of cells. And just like any city, it needs a way to get stuff in and take the trash out, right? We're talking food, fuel, all of it. So let's take a little journey on this amazing internal highway that makes it all possible. A highway that's working inside you right now.
So here it is, the circulatory system. And you gotta remember, this isn't just some static map in a textbook. No way. This is a super dynamic, non-stop delivery service that's working this very second to keep every single part of you going. I mean, from your brain all the way down to the tips of your toes.
Okay, so how are we going to tackle this amazing system? We'll break it down into 5 simple parts. First, we'll cover the why, the whole point of this internal delivery service. Then we'll check out what's in the blood, the cargo. After that, we'll look at the highway network itself, the engine that powers it all, the heart, and finally, we'll trace the whole circuit from start to finish.
All right, first up, your internal delivery surface. So before we get into all the nitty-gritty of how it works, let's just take a second to think about why it even exists. I mean, what's the big problem that the circulatory system is designed to solve?
Think about it. We're not talking about just a few deliveries here and there. Every single one of your trillions of cells needs a constant supply of food and oxygen, and they need a way to get rid of their waste. That is a massive logistical challenge. We're talking trillions of individual deliveries and pickups every single second. So how on earth does the body manage to pull that off?
Which brings us to the stuff that actually does all the carrying, the blood. It's pretty amazing, really. It's both the cargo and the delivery truck all rolled into one.
So, what exactly is blood anyway? I mean, to us, it just looks like a simple red liquid, right? But it's actually this incredibly complex cocktail of different parts, and each one has a super specific, super important job to do.
Okay, so blood basically has 4 main components. You've got the plasma, that's the liquid part, the river everything flows in. Then you have these specialized cells floating around. The red blood cells are the oxygen couriers. The white blood cells, they're like your own personal security force, fighting off germs. And then you've got platelets, which are the emergency repair crew.
So, have you ever wondered why blood is red? Well, it's all because of this stuff called hemoglobin. This is a protein that's just packed into your red blood cells. Its whole job is to grab onto oxygen when you breathe in and then hold on tight until it gets to a cell that needs it. Seriously, without hemoglobin, your body's entire delivery system would just grind to a halt.
And then you have platelets. These things are your body's incredible first responders. The second you get a cut, they just swarm to the site. They all stick together and form a clot, literally plugging the leak in the system. It's this brilliant, automatic, life-saving thing that happens without you even thinking about it.
Okay, so we've got the cargo, the blood. Now let's check out the roads it travels on. This amazing, sprawling network of blood vessels.
So the 2 main highways are arteries and veins, and they are built for completely different jobs. Arteries have to carry blood away from the heart, and it's under really high pressure, so their walls have to be thick and stretchy to handle that force. Veins, on the other hand, bring blood back to the heart. The pressure is way lower, so they have thinner walls, but they also have these clever little one-way valves to stop blood from flowing backward, especially in your legs. Now, this is where a lot of people get a little mixed up. We're often taught in school, right? Arteries are red because they have oxygen, veins are blue because they don't. But that's not the whole story. There's a really important and kind of fascinating exception to that rule. See, the most important thing to remember is this. An artery is defined by the direction it carries blood. If it's flowing away from the heart, it's an artery, period. And the pulmonary artery is the perfect example. It's an artery, for sure, because it's leaving the heart, but it's actually carrying carbon dioxide-rich blood to the lungs so you can breathe it out. So direction, not content, is what matters.
And what's so cool is that you can actually feel this system working, like right now. Find your wrist or the side of your neck. That little throbbing you feel? That's your pulse. It's literally the pressure wave from your heart pushing blood through your arteries with every beat. Go on, give it a try. So if you're just sitting there relaxing, you probably felt somewhere between, say, 72 and 80 beats in a minute. And every single one of those little pulses is a powerful squeeze from your heart, sending blood out to the rest of your body. And all of this whole incredible network, is powered by the engine at the very center of it all, the heart. Just think about that for a second. Imagine any machine we've ever built, a car engine, a factory pump, trying to work for years and years without ever stopping. It's impossible, right? But that is exactly what your heart does. It's a nonstop pump for your entire life.
And would you believe that this incredibly powerful pump is only about the size of your own fist? It's wild. So how does an organ that small manage such a huge job? Well, the secret is its brilliant design. It's all about its 4 separate chambers.
The real genius here is this wall, this partition, right down the middle. It completely separates the heart into 2 pumps that work side by side. One pump handles the used blood full of carbon dioxide that's heading to the lungs. The other one handles the fresh, oxygen-rich blood that's just come from the lungs and is ready to go out to the body. If that wall wasn't there, the blood would mix and the whole system would be super inefficient. That separation is absolutely crucial.
Okay, so let's put it all together now. We've seen the parts, now let's trace the complete journey of blood through this amazing circuit.
So what you're seeing here are the 2 main loops of your circulation. You've got the pulmonary loop, that's the short little trip from the heart to the lungs and right back again. And then you have the systemic loop, which is the massive journey out to literally the rest of your body and all the way back.
So here's the play-by-play. The right side of your heart pumps that used CO2-rich blood over to the lungs. The lungs do their magic. They get rid of the CO2 and load up the blood with fresh oxygen. Then, that fresh blood comes back to the left side of the heart, which gives it a huge push and sends it out to every single cell in your body. It's just a perfect, continuous loop of pickup and delivery that never, ever stop.
And that brings us to this final, just staggering thought. Your heart beats over 100,000 times a day, every single day, for your whole life. It is just an extraordinary piece of natural engineering that's humming away inside you right now. I mean, really, can you think of any machine that we've ever built that's more impressive than that?